and it stands for something.
All rise for the Honorable Jordan C. Thomas.
No Jordan C. Thomas tonight. He unfortunately had to recuse himself. Too much NFC East loyalty. So unfortunately, you got the judge in training, but don't worry, I think I can handle this tonight. Let's welcome in our contestants. First, the NFC East. We just mentioned it. Nikki Gist representing the New York Giants. Welcome in.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Happy to be here. I am, it's funny. I said Jordan should recuse himself this morning, and he just so happens to not be here.
Just so happened he called me this morning and went, not feeling so well. So I think he got a little nervous for today. Let's welcome in representing the San Francisco 49ers, Gina reppin the Bay. Welcome into the studio.
What up? Thanks for having me. And nice to meet you, Nikki. And let's go Niners. I got my family in the chat. We got Fernando. We got Sin. We got Tanya. What's going down?
All right.
Let's bring it. If you're watching us here on YouTube, do us a solid. Hit that subscribe button. Get the follow. Hit a comment. Want to see the fans going back and forth for the Giants and this Niners. So leave your comments in here as well.
Let's keep this chat lit.
That's right. We got to keep it lit. Got to keep it lit for Champs versus Trump. Big Thursday night matchup. For those first time seeing this episode, basically what this is, a best out of 3 matchup. We're going to go back and forth position by position, then an overall team argument, who will win. And then, like I said, I'll be judging tonight. Normally it's our honorable Jordan C. Thomas, but I'll be taking the helm. If you're going to Underdog Fantasy, use that promo code TSS. We're going to double your deposit up to $100. We do appreciate that. And now that I've paid the bills and did everything else, let's get it on. It's round number 1, quarterbacks.
Champ round, quarterbacks.
All right, we're going to go with the home team first. We'll go with Gina. I want to hear your argument why your QB is going to be a champ Thursday night.
I mean, he's undefeated in regular season, so I have all the faith in Brock Purdy. He gets the job done. That's why they call him Big Brock. I'm sorry. I know that's foolish, but I always ask, can I cuss on these shows?
Of
because
course.
I usually just do it. And then I go back and ask. So that's why I was kind of like big, but anyway, yeah. So he's just, obviously no longer irrelevant, but with the exception of that NFC Championship game last year, he's pretty close to perfect. So he's going to put up another 30 every time he plays. It's in regular season, he puts up 30. So hey, I mean, you can't get better than that. So as a Niner fan, we're just so happy to have him on our team.
Listen, it's hard to argue when you bring out the big cock, indeed. But we're going to go to Nikki on this next one. Let's talk about your QB. Why will Daniel Jones be a champ Thursday night?
I don't know. You want to talk about Big D energy? Danny Dimes has got it. Vanilla Vic, baby. We don't even need an offensive line, and he can win games. So point to Daniel Jones. Thank you, because clearly we don't have one.
All right. Well, indeed, that's like a tough argument to make because, but I do have to agree. I'm going to give the point here to Nikki. I think Daniel Jones in round number 1 here does do an overall better job Thursday night. All right, let's get to round number 2. I'm going to talk running backs.
Chump round, running backs.
Now it's the chump round, so we're going to go against each other here. Nikki, I'll go to you first. Tell me why their running game are going to be chumps Thursday night?
They're not. But let me try. This is so unfair. You know, you always have me against these really hard teams. Yeah. So our defense is really going to give you a hard time. No, actually, I'm even going to give the point to Gina because I mean, you got CMC, we
She's
got
conceding
Barkley
already.
out, we've got Breida. I've got to be realistic here. I mean, I think when it comes to the run game, the Giants are going to be the chumps this week. I know that's not the rules, but I can't even play myself like this.
That is like literally the worst argument I've ever heard on this show so far. Gina, tell me why the Giants. Let's talk some smack. Let's get some smack talk here. Why is that running game over the Giants going to be chumps Thursday night?
I mean, first of all, she's not wrong. You know, we have arguably the best running back in the league. He's surpassed everything since he's been on our team. The Panthers didn't know what they had over there when they had CMC, but there's a reason why he's still healthy. He's on one of the best rosters in the league. So he's obviously had, I mean, she was making our argument for us. Thank you, Nikki. But the Giants, you know, they're just not going. I mean, have you seen what they've been doing? They got obliterated by the Cowboys. I'm sorry. I usually call them Cowgirls, but I went ahead and said Cowboys out of respect for this show. But you know, and the Cowgirls do have a decent defense. I will say that. But yeah, they got obliterated. And I just, you know, CMC is going to be gunning for that offensive player of the year. Let's just not bullshit ourselves.
Listen, when you make the argument for the other side, it's hard for me to even say you could win it. So obviously, point to Gina. Let's go to round 3.
Champ round. Wide receivers.
All right, let's get to the wide receiver department. Gina, tell me why your wide receivers are going to be champs on Thursday Night Football.
You know, we have Debo. We have Ayuk, although I will say I'm not 100% sure Ayuk is playing. I will say that. But, you know, I mean, you've got Debo, and he's in the best shape he's been in a long time. So you can see how well he catches, and you can see how well Purdy throws to Juwan Jennings, and with Kittle even playing. I know he's tight end, but you can see how well we got Debo. And if Ayuk plays, oh my God, it's just over. The catches that Ayuk makes in traffic is just unbelievable. So yes, Rod, I agree. A hurt Ayuk is better than Giants receivers, period. How many people do you guys have out this week? It's just I already have my score prediction ready to go on this game.
All right, Gina bringing some fire in round 3. Nikki, going to you. Why are your receivers going to be champs on Thursday night?
Welcome to the Hyatt, baby. Enjoy your stay. Have you guys seen Jalen Hyatt? He is fast. I watched him since the spring. I've watched him grown up like a little baby spring chicken. All right. This dude is fast. I'm not even going to get to the tight end argument because I'm saving that one. Isaiah Hodgins, Paris Campbell, who is one of Daniel Jones's favorite targets. We got Shep out there making big plays, but you are underestimating Jalen Hyatt. He is going to be the difference maker, and you guys are you're not prepared for him because you're going to be covering Darren Waller, and that's going to leave Jalen Hyatt open, and he's going to smoke your asses.
Finally, Nikki bringing a little fire tonight. Felt like you were already giving your Giants a
but
loss.
I couldn't argue the running back, Coop. Like, what?
But unfortunately, I still like the receiver, like the argument Gina brought for the receiver. She wins round 3. She's up 2-1. Let's go to the tight ends.
Chump round. Tight ends.
All right, I got to hear this argument. Let's bring some fire, Nikki. Why are the 49ers tight ends, George Kittle, going to be a chump Thursday night.
Because he's not Darren Waller. He's just not. Darren Waller catches anything and everything. George Kittle doesn't do that. So Darren Waller is the better tight end, and he is going to gobble everything up in sight. He is the safety blanket for Daniel Jones. So George Kittle is no Darren Waller, and that is why he's going to be a friggin' chump.
A cookie monster nom 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 on Thursday night. She says George Kittle has been struggling a little bit to start, but Gina, why is Darren Waller and this Giants tight end group going to be chumps Thursday night?
I can't recall Darren Waller putting up any numbers in week 1. In fact, and I know fantasy doesn't have anything to do with it, but he was dropped by like 100,000 people in fantasy. But anyway, long story short, George Kittle is the number 2 tight end in the league and still continues to impress. So I've got my money on George Kittle without a doubt. And I don't even need to be a homer for that. People across the league will say that George Kittle is right now the number 2 tight end, so behind Travis Kelce. So that is all I got to say about that.
Well, I think Colts Martin said it best when he said, I think I'm shocked Kittle and Waller are both healthy at this point. So let's face the bottom line here. They're both pretty close. And I think right now, obviously, we got to get to round 5. So it's all tied up. We're going to give that one to Nikki, and we're going to go to round number 5. This is going to end it, ladies. Let's give me the champ argument for your team to win it.
Final round. Who wins the game?
All right, Gina, we'll go to you. Home team first. Why are the 49ers going to be champs Thursday night?
Well, first of all, number 1, we're playing at home. And we play very well at home. And it's prime time, so it's time for Purdy to shine. Number 2, Saquon's not even playing. He's your running back. You don't have a couple of your O-line linebackers. They're out with injuries, so I mean, I'm just Rod saying we got to talk, Gina. But yeah, I predict a very, very high score against the Giants. I just think that it's going to be now Rod's in my head. Sorry. That's
Thank
it.
you, Rod. Keep going. You're throwing Gina off.
Thanks, Rod. Rod just got in my head.
Throwing her off a little bit. That's all right. All right, Nikki, bring us home. Tell me how these Giants can pull off the upset Thursday night.
Because, listen, no team is more successful with injuries don't matter, Gina. I mean, if you watched us last year, we were just pulling people from the stands. Like, who the fuck is Richie James? And we still were able to make it to the playoffs. So I'm not concerned about injuries, right? Your argument saying Saquon's not playing. Well, Breida is Saquon-esque. He's a hard, fast runner. I feel very confident with him in there. And I'm glad to see him get a little bit more playing time. Vanilla, baby, you cannot stop these wheels. I told you we don't need an offensive line. And if we are down 20-0 in the first half, I don't know what happens at halftime, but Brian Dable's got some magic, and we are going to turn it on. That momentum from last week in Arizona is going to carry over, and the Giants are going to win 24-21.
That was a great argument, Nikki. Oh my goodness, you brought the fire finally. I was waiting for a little sass. Felt like you gave up in the beginning. But as much as you brought, unfortunately, I just don't see this happening for you at all. Gina and the 49ers, you are tonight's winners.
And his name is John C.
Well, Nikki, as you know, when we have the winners on our show, we unfortunately do also have some losers.
Dumbass.
like these. They call me dumbass. Black guy need a stupid.
You know, my
Alright.
issue with this show always is not you guys judge based on who you think is going to win, not who has the better argument. So you need to recuse yourself.
It's true.
I'm sick of this
It's
shit.
true.
Don't ask me to come on here anymore. I got 2 shows on your channel. I'm done.
The funny thing is, I like made this game up, and that's exactly how I described it. It was supposed to be about the argument. So yeah. Anyway, all right. Well, listen, do me a
I'm with
solid.
Nikki. That's true, Nikki.
I
You're
agree.
right about
I agree. Thanks a lot, Gina. Now you're the loser. In the
what?
Wait,
Hey, I've
man,
lost 2 on your show, and it goes by like
I
who
know,
you
that's
think's
true.
gonna win, and
Does.
who's
It goes
not.
by who they think is going to win, not who has the better argument. Hey, you know what, Gina? What are you doing on, this time, every Wednesday? Maybe we do our own.
Maybe
Yeah,
we
I
should,
like
Nikki.
that. I like that. I like
These
that. Look at
guys
it. They're
on,
starting
we'll
to take
judge.
over already.
Yeah,
All
we'll
right,
be the
so
judge
Nikki,
and the jury,
Yes.
and the
do us all a-
executioner.
Do us all a favor, Nikki. Tell us where we can follow, subscribe, and get all of your great content.
You guys can follow me at NikkiNick9384, all social media platforms. Please subscribe to the Fantasy Sports Corporation because the 2 best shows are on that platform. Blonde Blitz is on Wednesday nights. I co-host with Deb Wickus, and we just had Jen Welter on. I just came off that show to get on this show and apparently lose unfairly. And Monday nights at 8 o'clock is Thunder and Lightning, co-host with Danny. You guys, our Giants crew know him. But this week we're on Sunday at 8 o'clock. We're doing a Sunday special sauce since the Giants are playing Thursday night football and Monday night, and we're getting all the Giants fans on the show. So we hope you guys tune in.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Gina, where can we subscribe, get all your great content this season?
Thanks. Yeah, Gina V. It used to be Gina reppin the Bay. I still rep the Bay. But yeah, I'm on Sports, Laugh, and Chill. You could find me there Mondays and Wednesdays at 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. I'll be doing a show in like 5 minutes, so you guys can catch me on YouTube.
Awesome.
All right, we'll go follow her and get all her great content. About to get live as well. Also, don't forget, stick it here. We got TSS Fantasy Dynasty Hour coming up. So if you got some fantasy questions going into Thursday night, the boys in blue are there. And we'll be on live Friday night to break down all of week 1's actions. For all of us, to you, we appreciate you guys joining us. Good luck to both of your teams on Thursday night. We appreciate you joining us, and we are out.
Go Niners.